Alright, consider this another video. 10:34 in the morning, West Coast time. Still Wednesday, and it's the 31st of December, 2025. We're on countdown until the 2026 comes up and bites us in the ass. Weaver, John C. Roseman, California, does the Diary of a Griever named John Weaver, which is me. Okay, that being said, guys. People are chasing egos, chasing their own asses. They want to get fame, fortune, be recognized forever. I got YouTube. It lasts as long as electronics do. As long as the storage holds up and I got videos in there, that's my life. After that, forget it. I put things on flash drives. Lose those things, they're gone. I'm trying not to deal with life on life's terms because life's already kicking me at on their own terms. I'm just dealing with what I've got to deal with right now as it is, and if it's not the greatest, if it's not what people expect of me, so be it. I know what it's like to chase ego, and I said that before in the other thing. And how about we chase memories? That works. So, shirt behind me, red one. German Roses Parade back in 2016. Last time Dave and I had been over there. I'd gotten pins, we'd gotten shirts that fit us, and then we got older and we couldn't fit them into it anymore. But I keep it out because it's New Year's. It's been since 2018 that David passed away in September. And for a long while, Dave and I had been going over to different places to celebrate New Year's. Ma was a homebody. She stayed with the dog. She wasn't a party girl. I mean, we did that a long time ago when I was just getting out of high school and almost into college back in the 80s, and Ma was able to walk around and stuff, but she wasn't able to be a party girl, not for long anyway. I've gotten photographs, I could just post them. So, if I can find them, I can post them. Last time Ma, Dave and I had been somewhere celebrating her birthday. And it was fun. The New Year's will come up and Dave and I would have to do something stupid. One time we were over at movie theaters and watching movies. We also went over to, what was it? Universal City Walk. We got out of there because Dave and I had bad hairs growing out of the back of our necks. Our red alerts are going crazy. We got out of there. And a few minutes later, here comes the sheriff's department dealing with a bunch of gang members. Came back home. We decided if we're going to be doing another movie or night somewhere, find a comedy or find something that'll run during midnight. We did. One drama. We screwed things up. Just tried to celebrate at midnight and everybody was pissed off at us. Watched a comedy. Dracula Dead, loving it. Perfect time. Perfect time. A friend of ours ran a travel agency. He suggested we try to go with him to Big Disneyland. We're fanatics of Disney. My family was. Ma wasn't going. She was going to stay home with the dogs. And Dave and I went with our friend and another friend, and we went over to Disney. I think about 2000, 2001. And we were going to be celebrating that transition. Got a motel room. Or at least 2 motel rooms. Dave and I slept in one, and friend slept in another. But we had a good time that night over at Disney. I'd gotten into pin collections. Trying to get pins. And we tried to do it for several years, with or without friends coming with us, but Dave and I went. Got a few more pins. Economic situations happened down the road, and I had to sell up all the pins. I kept memories of them, pictures. And last several years, since Dave died, I've been trying to get back those memories, trying to get back those pins. They may be different, not the ones I sold, but that's fine. I got a few. Still got a Disney pin vest. I can thrash them on there. No problem. 5-10 pounds of metal right there. And the pins would be the memories of what we had during those days. So one particular year, we had rain coming down on New Year's Eve. Ponchos all over the place. But I was spending time with my big brother. A few of the years that we had, we drove out of Reseda, California, down to Anaheim, California. I don't remember what the hell we were eating. Well, we saved our appetite until we got down to the park and then scarfed. I do remember the last couple of times when my family moved out here in 06 or 05. I think it was 05. So we spent about maybe a couple of times more to Disney. Me and my brother did. And we went over to the local McDonald's out in Acton, traveling down the 14 freeway going through the canyons. And we stopped by with the Acton, along with the water tower. Back then, the sandwiches were cheap. $5 got you 2. $10 got you 4. My brother and I were scarfing out on hash browns and that stuff, and drinking sodas or coffee. Liquids we brought with us. We got over to Disney and I'd find a place to go pee. Or sometimes we'd get donuts. I got donuts in my refrigerator. Chocolate and glazed. And it's the Hostess kind, but it's okay. Cool. Reminders of what happened. Dave and I would go to a motel, cheapest one we could find and close to the park, and we'd make our way over there. We'd prefer having a bus taking us over there, but we would walk. Sometimes David really had to take it easy on both of his knees. I have to take it easy on my feet right now. But we went on the park. Stayed there about 9. Well, I'm sure we got through the door about 8. Then all the way up until noon. Before that, we got our hands stamped. And they shut the gates because it got maxed. Well, we could come back in a couple hours later after getting lunch and sleep. Checked in and no problems. And then we did stuff. Did rides, did shopping. Walked around, looked around people. People watching. Trying to get into the moment that was going to be a new year and we'd be having a freak out. I miss those days. I miss those days. There have been a few times since then, Dave and I would go over to see the parade floats. Before Ma passed away, or actually when she was actually able to get around, before she became bedridden. We did at least a couple of times going out to see what those floats were like. Unfortunately, some of those photographs were lost. Sucked. Digital phones would have been better. I think we had them, but I don't know if they saved the files or not. They're dead, they're buried somewhere. But it was to see the floats and to see the family there. The last time my brother and I had been out to Tournament of Roses, just to see the floats there, it was about 2016. A couple of years before he passed. And we actually had a car working during that time, barely, but we had the car working during that time. And we walked around, smelled the flowers, got the allergies, got stuff, got home. Sometimes junk, they look like junk, but they're also memories. Things that mattered, things that remind. Some of the smaller Christmas trees I've had for a long while, I've had decorations on them from generations past, up until my generation. And I've had cruise themed Christmas decorations. Royal Caribbean. That was the only time I've been on a cruise ship with my brother. Only time I've been on a cruise ship, period. I feel old. My brother was afraid a long while ago he was going to die after the age of 60. He didn't want to die. He wanted to live. He was going over information, talking to other people, and had this weird-ass theory that the male Cameron line in my own genetics passed away around the age of 60, either before or afterwards, when he got close to it. Freaked out my brother when he got to the age of 50 because part of his line was also my line as well. And he was totally scared shitless. Angry, yeah, that all. And he was told by his biological father that on that particular family line, my brother would have lasted about 70, 80, 90 years. What's it meant to be? After the age of 60, my brother had several trans-ischemic attacks in his head. Little mini strokes. Took out speech. Took out ability to take care of himself. He died several months after his birthday. My birthday is coming up next month, in January. How am I supposed to be able to look at that one? But seeing the injury I've got right now as it is on my foot, my right foot, and maybe going to be developing on the left foot, would freak me out as much. That since being a caregiver for a hell of a long while, taking care of people who left me, died, or just did a geographic on me. It seems like I have to come to terms with stuff like that. If I die, I die. But I've been through stuff. I've been through stuff with family. I want to keep those memories as much as I can. Talk about them as much as I can. Try to share the pictures as much as I can. Granted, I've got a lot of pictures to post online. A lot of personal stuff that people are probably picking up, probably use for their own damn crap. I just want my memories out there. We know how certain people who think they're privileged as hell, trying to put their postings all over the place and thinking that people ought to remember them. They'll remember the actions that the guy did and how screwed up he got everybody. But me, I don't know what my life is going to be like. I don't know what my legacy will be like. I hoped I did something that mattered. I hope I did something I cared. I can only hope for a few things in my life. I know I'm screwed up. Goes without saying. And I may be screwed up in my life. I haven't done as much. I haven't accomplished as much. Maybe. But I think I did as much as I could. Came close to graduating in a college. That GPA has been good. I mean, God smacks some sense out of me and gets me to get medical attention for myself. Maybe I can continue on with that. I made a promise to my family and to God. I try. I've been trying. But I'm more worried about my dog. The shit she's getting herself into. Than I am about anything else. Guess let's think about that more. So maybe I'm a full idiot. Maybe I'm a foolish idiot out of caregiver. Maybe I don't know my ass behind rock. It goes without saying, I guess. So the only thing I can do for myself right now is just cope and deal with whatever is happening right now. What else am I supposed to do? If I stroke out, I stroke out. If I have a heart attack, I have a heart attack. But if I'm going to get gangrene in my system, that's on me too. But I got to take care of myself to take care of her. I'm told. Some things I just don't have a choice. And it's kind of hard to make choices, especially when I'm afraid of the outcomes. But that's 25 to 26 in it. Carrying it on. Carrying it forward. Anyway, I had to get this off my chest. Happy New Year, guys. I pray that 2026 is going to be a lot better for you guys. I don't know about me. My hands.